Guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. This is Servants Crochets. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. Please do not forget to like, to comment, to subscribe, click notification bell. And in today's tutorial we are going to be making this heart granny square. So there are two of them, and this is part one of the videos. So this is Valentine's. Obviously we need to make something Valentine related, and I thought granny squares are going to be fast, easy, simple, and you can make so much with them. So check out the links down in the description box and in the cards for related content. And the first granny square we're going to be making in this video is the heart in the middle granny square. So you're just going to grab whatever colors you want. So I'm using this red and white color and my size 3mm crochet hook. Now to start, I am going to make a magic ring, and the magic ring is just like what I have shown. That is just wrapping your yarn and creating an X, then pulling up your loop. So slow down the video if you do not understand what I am doing. So here I am beginning, and first of all chain one to secure, then you're going to go ahead and do two more chains. So that is a chain three, and that chain three is going to count as a stitch. Now we are going to continue and add two more double crochets. As you can see, I have done that. Then I am going to go ahead and chain two, and that chain two is going to form a corner. So keep that in mind. If you don't understand what I am saying, just watch the video. You can pause it, you can slow it down, just so you can understand. So I've just done another cluster of 3 double crochets. Then I'm going to chain two again. Then I'm making the third cluster of 3 double crochets here. As you can see, we have that. Then I'm going to chain two again. Then I am going to make another cluster of 3 double crochets. So in total we are going to have a cluster of 3 double crochets 4 times, and we are going to chain two between each double crochets 4 times as well. So when you have that fourth cluster, you're just going to pull the loop of your of your magic ring. You're going to pull it shut like so. Then you're going to chain two, then you are going to attach it to that third chain from where we begun row. So this is basically row number one. So when you insert your crochet hook, you're just going to pull a loop, then you're going to slip stitch to join the row together. So this is what we are having. We're having a square which has 3 clusters of double crochets, then 4 clusters and 4 corners. So to begin, we are going to slip stitch into that middle stitch right there of that third double crochet. You're going to slip stitch, chain one, then into the very first chain two space you're going to go ahead and put 8 double crochets in there. So like so, that is 3, that is 4, this is 5. So basically you're supposed to have 8 double crochets into that chain two space right there, the very first chain two space. So to start row number 2, like I said, you're going to slip stitch into the middle stitch of the chain 3, then you're going to chain 1, then into the first chain 2 space you are going to put 8 double crochets. So when you have your 8 double crochets, you're going to chain 1, and into the next chain 2 space you're going to make a single crochet like so. Then you're going to chain 1 again, and you're going to go directly opposite. Remember where we did that slip stitch, right? Just trace your finger downward directly opposite the that slip stitch that we'll make, and into that middle stitch right there we are going to insert 2 single crochets. I apologize for moving out of the camera, but basically in that stitch you're going to put 2 single crochets, then you're going to chain 1. So I'm just trying to repeat it again. So go ahead and put 2 single crochets into that middle stitch right there. Then you're going to chain 1, then into that same middle stitch you're going to put another 2 single crochets. So go ahead and do that. So if you have your 2 single crochet, chain 1 and 2 single crochet into that middle stitch right there, you can see we have already completed half of our heart. So now we are going to go in reverse. So we are going to chain 1, and to the next chain 2 space you're going to make 1 single crochet like so. Then like I said, we are going in reverse, so you're going to chain 1, and to the next chain 2 space you're going to make 8 double crochets. So just go ahead and do that. Like I said, if I'm not explaining well, please just watch the tutorial again, like pause it. Everything is nice and clear. So go ahead and put your 8 double crochets into that chain 2 space. Okay, now that is our 8 double crochet right there. So you're going to chain 1, then you're going to go back into that middle stitch right there, and you are going to slip stitch. So find that middle stitch, don't go anywhere else. That's a middle stitch. Is going to be hard to find. By the way, when you're crocheting the heart, I'm going to advise you to loose your hand. Don't make it to be too tight, don't make it to be too stiff, make it a little bit loose. So when you slip stitch, you're just going to grab your scissors, then you are going to cut off the whatever color yarn you're using for the middle. Since I'm using red, I'm going to cut it off, then I'm going to start on the background color. So this is how our heart looks like. As you can see, it's like a granny looking heart. So yeah, so I'm just going to keep my red yarn one side, then I'm going to start on my background color, and that is white. So I first created a slip knot. I'm going to insert my hook into that slip knot, and I'm going to turn my heart to the bottom. I'm going to be working from the bottom right now. You remember that chain 1 space at the bottom right there? You're going to insert your crochet hook into that chain 1 space, then you're going to pull up a loop and slip stitch. You guys really need to pay attention to which stitch we are using where. So we are going to slip stitch like so. So that is our slip stitch right there. So that's how it's looking like. And to continue, we are going to be working row number 3 in the back loops only, so that our heart is going to pop out a little bit. So in the first stitch, you're going to make a single crochet. In the next stitch, we are going to make a half double crochet. In the next stitch, we are going to make a double crochet, and in the next stitch we're going to make a treble crochet. That is just yarning over twice, inserting your hook, yarn over both with 2, yarn over both with 2, then yarn over both with 2 again. So if you take note, we are going from the smallest to the tallest stitch. We went from a slip stitch, single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet to a treble crochet. So next thing we're going to do is to make a corner, and like I said, a corner is simply 2 double crochets. So after the treble crochet, you're going to make 2 double crochets. Then since our last stitch was a treble crochet, our next stitch is going to be a double crochet, a half double crochet, then you're going to have 4 single crochets. Okay, and you're going to do all of that. You're not going to skip any stitch, you're just going to be working normally. So when you have your 4 double crochets, you are going to chain 2 for another corner, then you are going to make another 4 double crochets. Do not forget, we are working only in the back loops of the stitches. So I'm about to insert my 4th double crochet, and my 4th double crochet will obviously be in that chain 1 that I had before I slip stitch. Now we want to make our heart to pop even more, so into that middle stitch right there we are going to make a half double crochet. So yarn over and pull through, and you're going to yarn over again and pull through all 3 loops. So this is going to make the top part of our heart even sharper. Now we are going to go back in reverse from the other side. So we are going to find that chain 1 that we did in row number 2. Make sure you find it. Then we are going to go back in reverse, and in reverse is basically 4 single crochets. So that's our first single crochet right there, our second single crochet, our third single crochet, then our fourth single crochet right there. And now that we have our fourth single crochet, obviously we need a corner, and like I said, a corner is basically chain 2, and into the next stitch you're going to make another 4 single crochet. So that is 1, 2 in the back loops only, and 3 and 4. And remember, after our 4 single crochets, since we're working in reverse, we have a half double crochet. So go ahead and insert a half double crochet. After a half double crochet, we have a double crochet. So we're going to end there for the other side. Then you are going to chain 2, and if you remember, on the other side the next stitch is going to be a treble crochet. So yarn over twice. Do not forget to yarn over twice because it's a very tall stitch. Then the next stitch we have is a double crochet. After a treble crochet, we have a double crochet. After a double crochet, we have a half double crochet, like so. And after half double crochet, we have a single crochet. So this is how your work is supposed to be looking like. And the next thing you're going to do is to, after your single crochet, you're going to slip stitch into that slip stitch that we made at the beginning. So if you want to know if your number of stitches are correct, on the top and the bottom we have 9 stitches each, and on the side we are going to have 6 stitches each. So on each of the 2 sides, 6 stitches, then on the top and the bottom you're supposed to have 9 stitches each. So we're going to start our normal granny pattern, and you're going to chain 3. That chain 3 is going to count as a stitch, and into that slip stitch that we made, you're going to insert 2 double crochets there for it to form a cluster of 3 double crochets. Then you're going to chain 1, and into that chain 2 space that we had right there, you're going to make a corner. So to do a corner at this point, you're going to make 3 double crochet. That is a cluster or a shell of 3 double crochets, chain 2, and into that same chain 2 space you're going to make another cluster of 3 double crochets. So this is how it's going to look like. We have a corner ready, like so, and you are going to chain 1, and where you're going to place your next stitch into the 4th stitch from your hook. So that is my 4th stitch right there. Count 4 stitches as you move in front, and to that 4th stitch you're going to put 3 double crochets. So go ahead and insert 3 double crochets into that stitch, like so. Chain 1, and in the next chain 2 space is going to be looking very small because it's surrounded by single crochets, but pull it out. You're going to insert a corner. Like I said, a corner is simply 3 double crochets, chain 2 like so, then another 3 double crochets. So guys, we're like halfway through the video. Please, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Please make sure you subscribe, turn on notification bell so you can know when I post a new video. So you're going to chain 1 again, and into that middle stitch, that half double crochet that we made right there, you're going to make another cluster of 3 double crochets. Then you're going to chain 1, then into that chain 2 space, which is surrounded by single crochet, you're going to make a corner. And like I said, the corner is 3 double crochets, chain 2, then 3 double crochets again. Yeah, so this is how your work is supposed to start looking like. And now to continue, you're going to chain 1, then you're going to count just 3 stitches 3 stitches from where you ended, and into that third stitch right there you are going to make a double crochet. So basically you're finding the midpoint on the opposite side. If you can't find the stitch, just find the midpoint on the opposite side. Okay, so just put 3 double crochets into that stitch right there, then chain 1, and into the next chain 2 space, which is very clear, you are going to put a corner, and the corner, like I've always said, is 3 double crochets, chain 2, then another 3 double crochet. Yeah, so this is basically it. We're almost done. Then to join everything together, you're going to chain 1, go into that chain 3 we had at the beginning, and into that third stitch or the third chain you're going to slip stitch, and this is what your work is going to be looking like. So from here, I'm sure you already know what to do if you've worked with a granny stitch, but if you have not, we are going to continue. So I like to slip stitch until I get to a chain 1 space so that I can work easily from there. So I basically slip stitch 3 times, and I am going to start up on the next row. So I simply chain 3, and that chain 3 is going to count as a stitch. I am going to add 2 more double crochets into that chain 1 space. I am going to chain 1, then into the corner I am going to put a corner stitch, which is 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets. So I think the pattern is kind of clear now. Yeah, so when you want to work into the next chain 1 space, make sure you chain 1 before you leave, chain 1 before you leave, and into the next chain 1 space you're going to work a double, a shell, which is 3 double crochets. So this is the pattern. You just work into every chain 1 space, you work 3 double crochets, and when you get to a corner you just do 3 double crochets, chain 2, then 3 double crochets, and you're going to work this around until you get to the size that you want for your granny square. So I'm going to meet you at the end of the row. So here we are at the end of the row. This is what we are having. You can you can stretch your your granny square so that it forms a perfect square like so. So this is what it looks like. Then we are going to join the ends together. So you're going to chain 1, join the row together, you're going to chain 1, and into that third chain from the hook, or from the third chain from where we began, you are going to make a slip stitch to join. So that was row number 5, I believe. So yeah, I barely count because I usually just measure with my tape. But to continue the next row, you're just going to chain 3, and to that chain 1 space that you are on, make sure you work 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets in the next one, and obviously the next one is going to be a corner. Work a corner stitch into the next one. Yeah, so you know the pattern by now. You can go ahead and make this as big as you want. You could make a tote bag, you could make a top, you can make blankets, you can make so much with this depending on the size that you want. And guys, in this I also have tutorials up on my channel on how to make I made a matching top, a bucket hat, and a bag. By the way, these granny squares were for the bag, so make sure you check out the tutorial. Then I also have the granny squares for the top and the bucket hat that I made, so make sure you check out those tutorials as well. So this is how our heart is looking like. So this is after 6 rows, and this granny square measured approximately 4¼ inch, and this was perfectly fine since, like I said, I was making the granny bag that I made, which I use this granny square. I'm going to put up a picture of the granny bag, and I'm going to leave the link of it down in the description box, so make sure you check it out. Make sure you check the tutorial. This is of a 3-set Valentine's Day inspired that I made. So each of the tutorial links are going to be down in the description box. I'm going to put them up in the cards as well and at the end of the video. So this is what I made with this particular heart in the middle granny square. I made the bucket hat with it, as you can see, nice and cute, and this is a picture of me with it. It is looking so nice. So yeah, like I said, you can make so much with these. You can increase the size, do whatever you want with it. The link will be in the description box for part 2, which is the quote-unquote the tapestry granny square. So make sure you check that out. Make sure you also check out the tutorial, the full tutorial of this entire set. Follow me on my social media. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.